myself when I was 11 at secondary school, where I was doing gymnastics one evening and the teacher was also running a trampolining club, and she asked me if I'd like to have a go, and she thought I had potential, and it's just carried on from there. And I then lived in Kent and went up to Crystal Palace Leisure Centre and got involved in a local club, and the rest is history really. And I became a teacher, and I felt that I wanted to give something back into the sport, and so I run clubs at school and then started a club up in Hull where I come to do my training. In my early days, probably one of the local competitors who trained at my club as well was Paul Burgoyne, and he represented Great Britain. Paul Luxon was also a very good role model who went on to become a coach. Both quite inspirational people, especially Paul, who unfortunately died of cancer a few years ago and is no longer with us. As a player, career highlights, it's very hard to remember that many years ago. I've been coaching for 34 years, but I think probably one thing that sticks out is that when I came up to Hull and was training here at the university to be a teacher, I won the equivalent of the now called Booster Championships. I think as a coach I've had many highlights, but probably most recently getting Mike Smarlin in the Great Britain youth team to go to the World Age Group Championships for double mini tramp, which is a form of trampolining and vaulting combined. And we're quite new to the sport, so to get somebody in the GB team so quickly was very good. Top tips, I think probably the most important thing is to make sure that you spend time on the basic skills and not to rush performers in any sport on too fast so that they get bad habits. Give them time to consolidate and take ownership of the skills that they have so that they don't lose them in the future, and if they do have problems in the future, because they've got ownership of them, they can take themselves back to a previous skill and maybe feel more comfortable at returning back up to the top. I think take time to enjoy what you're doing is probably the most important thing that I try and do. It's we all want somebody to be really good, but at the same time we want kids to be in this sport for life. So that they leave school and that they continue. And if they enjoy what they're doing, don't push them too hard, and let them have fun as well as learn. Inspires me to get into to coach so many hours. I think the excitement of the kids when they've done well is probably the biggest motivator. But just passing on the love of the addictive sport onto other people. We've got kids at this club that are maybe now about 18 that have been with us since they were 2 at preschool classes. In fact, one of them is one of our coaches, started here at 5 and he's now 22 and he's still with us, and hopefully he's got the addictive bug like I have.